Alright, welcome to the Cam. It is a new moon in Taurus today, and so I wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about what my rituals are on this day and how I kind of work it into my lifestyle. Because as I talked about in my interview with Aaron, ritual can kind of get like out of control. All of a sudden you're doing bowls and tea and tarot and all these things, which are great, but you know, you also probably have a job and a life to fit it into, so how are you fitting it into your workday given that it is a Friday? So here are a few simple things that I do, and then I kind of also wanted to talk about my year ahead spread. I'm going to start talking about that every month. So given that it's new moon in Taurus today, it's mainly about like grounding in, being part of like this world. You know, how are you participating and respecting like your body and the ground and the earth and that kind of thing. So it's not a very flighty, airy situation today with the new moon. It's more practical and concrete and about manifestation in this body. So that's what we're dealing with today, and I wanted to I'll show a close-up of this, but this is my little box that I keep by my bedside table. I don't know if I can open it with like without everything like spilling out, but you can see in here are a ton of pieces of paper. Every month I do kind of like it's like goal setting, but a little more manifestation, and I write it down. It's really important to handwrite it instead of type it. And I've kept it in a journal for a long time, but right now I'm really enjoying and keeping this box by my bed. But you could also do a journal. I know there's tons out there. Like if you Google new moon journals, there will be a massive amount of stuff that will come up that'll be really cute that you could get that will kind of maybe encourage you to write every month. And I also encourage you to look up what time the new moon is, because if you can do it within an 8-hour span of when the new moon is, it's definitely has a little extra kick to it. And if you don't believe that, it doesn't really matter because it can't hurt, right? So that is a practice I do every month no matter where I am. If I don't have my box with me, it goes in a journal. Like I just make sure that I do it, period. And let's see, another thing I do is my Wild Unknown. I pull these probably once a day just to kind of see what's going on. They're beautiful cards if you aren't familiar with them. Even if you're not into tarot, they're like a beautiful thing to have around. So at the beginning of the year, you might have seen on Instagram a lot of people doing this thing called the year ahead spread, which is like a tarot reading for every month, and just to kind of give like a theme for that month. So I'm gonna totally pronounce this name wrong. Let me find the card. Okay, so don't kill me if I pronounce this wrong, but the Hierophant? I don't know. This was my card for May, and it's interesting because I've always kind of been into this like strange spiritual stuff, but in the places that I've lived before California, it wasn't as accessible. So I've loved living here because honestly, there's like no amount of weird that I personally could be and not fit in LA. I can do whatever I want. I can, you know, honestly, like the weirder the better. Like if I was like, oh, this morning I did tea meditation, played crystal bowls, half of the people would be like, oh yeah, cool, and just go about their day. Whereas in the other places I've lived, that would not be the reaction. So it's definitely a kind of freeing and nice to have that here. So the reason why I love that card is because, let me just kind of like quickly turn to it. Nature cards, and it's about a mentorship and seeking knowledge. So it says, in the simplest form, it represents a mentor or teacher. This card signifies hunger for knowledge, be it practical or in spiritual realm. You come as far as you can on your own. Now it's time to deepen your practice. Don't hesitate, join a class, go to a workshop. Don't be afraid of new experiences. A new ceremony or ritual may prove to be both comforting and rewarding. Open your heart and your teacher will soon appear. So I think that's really interesting because I've been kind of doing this stuff for a long time, and a lot of it's just doing it on my own. I don't have a ton of friends or family that are into the same things that I am in this way, and so I go to a lot of classes and workshops on my own. And I'm starting one, God, this will air tomorrow, so I'm starting one today, which is Friday, dealing with spirituality in business and kind of deepening the practice of becoming a conscious creator. It's really important to me that my jewelry and my business has that heart to it, because just not interested in just selling stuff. I'm interested in obviously selling my jewelry, but I want it to mean a little bit more than that, or I don't know, have the intention of meaning a little bit more than that. So I'm starting a class actually tomorrow. It's funny how these cards, there's like a lot of cards in here, and you could pull any one, but this is actually quite ringing true this month. Deepening my meditation practice as usual, and sharing a lot more of this stuff with you guys. I've never shared this stuff, and I still at the same time kind of pretend that no one's watching and no one's really like absorbing this, because I'm trying to get more comfortable with sharing this stuff. So this is the first step, and this is very relatable to the card. So happy new moon. And if you can, take a yoga class, do a 5-minute meditation, but really don't forget to kind of write down a few goals and some manifestation aspects, okay?